Close your eyes now and let your breathing grow soft and even. Imagine the vast, dark velvet of space, where tiny stars twinkle like faraway dreams. Tonight, we journey back to a time of brave heroes and ancient wisdom, to a story about finding light even in the deepest shadows. It is a tale of courage, of a family's heart, and the peaceful resolution that awaited them. Our story begins in a corner of the galaxy, where a new immense space station, the second Death Star, was quietly being built. It was a formidable sight, still incomplete, yet already humming with a quiet power. Far away, on a dusty, sun-baked world called Tatooine, our friends were gathering, their hearts set on a noble quest. Young Luke Skywalker, his sister Leia Organa, the charming scoundrel Lando Calrissian, the loyal Chewbacca, and the ever-present droids C-3PO and R2-D2 were preparing for a daring rescue. Their dear friend, Han Solo, was trapped, frozen in a block of carbonite by the large, intimidating gangster, Jabba the Hutt. First, R2-D2 and C-3PO bravely made their way to Jabba's palace, a strange and noisy place filled with peculiar creatures. They were meant to deliver a message, a plea for Han's release, but Jabba merely kept them as servants. Then Leia, disguised as a bounty hunter named Bush, slipped into the palace, moving with silent determination. She approached the frozen Han, her heart pounding gently, and successfully thawed him. For a brief, hopeful moment, Han was free. But Jabba, ever watchful, quickly discovered her ruse, and both Leia and Han became his captives. Luke, sensing his friend's predicament, arrived next. He tried to reason with Jabba, offering a peaceful resolution, but Jabba was stubborn and refused. Instead, Luke found himself in a dark pit, facing a truly enormous creature known as a Rancor. With quick thinking and remarkable agility, Luke managed to outsmart the beast, leading to its quiet and clever defeat. Jabba, angered by Luke's resourcefulness, sentenced all our friends, Luke, Han, Leia, Chewbacca, and Lando, to be taken to the great pit of Carkoon, where a mysterious desert creature called the Sarlacc resided. As they were brought to the pit, hovering over its deep, sandy maw, Luke remained calm. This was his chance. With a signal to R2-D2 and a flurry of brave, coordinated actions, our heroes launched their escape. Lightsabers flashed, brave shots were fired, and through incredible teamwork and a determined spirit, they managed to break free from Jabba's grasp. Leia, with a surge of quiet power, brought Jabba's reign to an end, and our friends, with Han now truly safe, finally departed from Tatooine, leaving the desert dust behind. Their next journey led them to a secret rendezvous with the Rebel Alliance fleet. Here they met the wise Mon Mothma, who explained the grave situation. The Emperor himself was overseeing the final construction of the second Death Star. It was an incomplete station, yet it possessed a fully operational shield generated from a nearby forest moon called Endor. This was a trap, a lure for the rebellion, but also their one chance to bring true peace to the galaxy. The plan was set. A small strike team would go to Endor to disable the shield generator, while Lando, in the Millennium Falcon, would lead the starfighter attack on the Death Star itself once its defenses were down. Before their paths diverged, Luke shared a quiet, profound truth with Leia. He told her, gently and with deep love, that they were siblings, and that the formidable Darth Vader, who had cast such a long shadow over their lives, was their father, Anakin Skywalker. This revelation settled softly between them, a moment of profound understanding and connection. Luke then made a brave and difficult decision. He would go to confront Vader and the Emperor, hoping to turn his father from the darkness, even if it meant facing great peril alone. The strike team, including Han, Leia, Chewbacca, and the droids, journeyed to the vibrant forest moon of Endor. Its towering trees and lush greenery offered a beautiful yet challenging landscape. Soon after landing, they encountered the Ewoks, small, furry inhabitants of the moon. After an initial misunderstanding, and with C-3PO's clever storytelling and R2-D2's quick thinking, the Ewoks were convinced of the rebels' good intentions. They warmly welcomed our heroes, their bright eyes reflecting their friendly curiosity. Meanwhile, Luke, following his conscience, approached Vader. He surrendered himself peacefully, hoping to speak with his father, to appeal to the good he believed still lay within him. Vader, bound by his master's will, brought Luke to the Death Star, directly into the chilling presence of the Emperor. The Emperor, radiating a dark and manipulative energy, tried to tempt Luke, to draw him into the shadows, taunting him with the knowledge that his friends on Endor were walking into a trap, with the Imperial fleet waiting to ambush them. Back on Endor, the ground team, aided by their new Ewok allies, launched their brave assault on the shield generator bunker. It became a spirited, fast-paced dance of strategy and courage. The Imperial stormtroopers were numerous, but the combined forces of the rebels and the resourceful Ewoks, using their knowledge of the forest and their simple but effective tools, fought with determination. Trees and undergrowth became their allies, and the battle for the shield generator was fierce, but ultimately swayed by the heroes' unwavering spirit. High above Endor, the space battle had also begun. Lando Calrissian, skillfully piloting the Millennium Falcon, led a breathtaking ballet of rebel starfighters against the massive Imperial fleet. Lasers streaked across the dark canvas of space, each ship moving with purpose and incredible precision. The fate of the entire galaxy hung in the balance, a silent testament to the courage of those tiny ships against such a vast enemy. In the heart of the Death Star, Luke found himself in a profound and difficult confrontation with the Emperor and his father. The Emperor tried to provoke Luke, to ignite his anger, pushing him to fight Vader. Luke resisted, his heart yearning for peace. But when the Emperor revealed the trap laid for his friends, Luke felt a surge of emotion. He fought Vader. Not out of hatred, but out of a desperate need to protect his loved ones and to make his father see the light. In their clash, Luke gained the upper hand, but he refused to deliver a final, fatal blow. He threw down his weapon, declaring himself a Jedi, just like his father before him, refusing to succumb to the darkness. Enraged by Luke's defiance, the Emperor unleashed a torrent of dark energy, a painful surge that coursed through Luke. As Luke lay weakened, facing the cruel power of the Emperor, a deep and profound change stirred within Darth Vader. Seeing his son in pain, the light that Luke had spoken of, the good that still lived within Anakin Skywalker, flickered and then blazed. With a sudden, irreversible act, Vader made a choice. He lifted the Emperor and with all his remaining strength, cast him into the dark depths of a reactor shaft, bringing an end to the Emperor's terrible reign. But this final brave act came at a great cost. Vader was mortally wounded. As the Death Star began to crumble around them, Luke gently helped his father to a shuttle. In a quiet, vulnerable moment, Anakin asked Luke to remove his helmet, to see him with his own eyes. There, Luke saw not the fearsome mask, but the pale, peaceful face of his father, finding a moment of deep peace before he faded away. Luke carried his father's body away from the doomed station. Back on Endor, the shield generator, after a final, valiant push, was destroyed. This was the signal Lando and the rebel fleet had been waiting for. With the shield gone, Lando, piloting the Millennium Falcon with incredible skill, flew deep into the core of the Death Star. He found its main reactor and with one final brilliant maneuver, successfully destroyed it. The immense space station, the symbol of oppression, exploded into a shower of bright starlight, a beautiful, powerful sign of a new beginning. As the echoes of the battle faded, a joyous celebration erupted on Endor. The Ewoks, the rebels, and our heroes danced and laughed, their hearts filled with relief and profound gratitude. Luke, in a quiet, solemn moment, respectfully cremated his father's empty suit, releasing Anakin Skywalker's spirit to the stars. Later that evening, as the festivities continued, Luke looked out into the joyful crowd. There, shimmering softly in the distance, he saw them. The benevolent spirits of Obi-Wan Kenobi, Yoda, and his father, Anakin Skywalker, all watching over them, peaceful and full of light. They were smiling, a beautiful vision of peace and balance restored. And so the greatest darkness had been overcome by the brightest love. The galaxy was safe, bathed in the soft glow of freedom, and our heroes had found their way home, their journey complete. As you drift deeper into sleep, remember the courage of Luke, the love of Leia, and the quiet peace that follows even the greatest of adventures. Let the soft starlight guide your dreams now, knowing that all is well and all is peaceful. Good night, little one.